So what's on the menu for today? We're going to do some tomatoes. I'm going to do stewed tomatoes. So we're just going to chunk them up, throw them in the roasting pan. I've got yard work I want to do. They can sit in there and roast in my oven for a couple hours. Then I'll come back, jar them up, and we're not going to get many with this bowl. Probably maybe 3 quarts or 6 pints. We'll see. Whatever it is, it's more than I had yesterday. Anyways, we'll be right back after we get these. So for stewed tomatoes, there's going to be no peppers, no onions, just plain tomatoes into the roasting pan. I just cube them up, take out the core, put that all into the roasting pan. All the different colored tomatoes. There's paste tomatoes. All right, hang on. Yes, paste tomatoes are already in the roasting pan. They don't have much seeds and they don't have much juice compared to the beefsteak tomatoes, and they're full of juice. So they take a little bit more roasting. But anyways, we're just going to cube these all up, throw them in the pan. I'm going to put a little bit of salt on them and roast them up for that few hours like I mentioned. And we'll be back once they're ready to put into jars. So I have these all ready for the oven. They're all chopped. They had previously been washed. And so now they're in there. I put about 1/8 of a cup of pickling salt on top of them and about 1/8 of a cup of sugar. That balances the flavor of tomatoes. Makes them, because sometimes they have that kind of a sour taste. And by putting the salt and the sugar on, it has nothing to do with preservation, but it's just to do to balance the flavor of the tomatoes. Once they're all blitzed, it'll all be mixed in together, and then we'll jar them for nice stewed tomatoes. Look at how juicy these have become. I've only been roasting them for 1.5 hours, and at 200, not the 350. So now that I'm back in the house, I'm going to turn them up to 350 and see if we can get them boiling and thicken them up a bit. The other thing I'd like to do right now, yeah, I'm hot and sweaty, folks. It's hot outside, and I was organizing my shop so that I could have a reunion and make more space for people to be indoors. So yeah, I'm sweating and whatever. Anyways, the other thing I want to do is just taste a bit of the tomato broth and see, is it salty enough, is it sugary enough, and do my taste testing now so I know whether I need to adjust it. Yes, it is sweet enough, but I'm going to add some more salt. So I'm just going to take another kind of a bit of a palmful, sprinkle it in, and I'll let that cook for a bit. And then I'll readjust it if I need to, but that's how much extra I put in. So the next step with the tomatoes is I want to get my snap lids and rings into hot water. They don't have to boil, but they do need to get heated, and it softens the rubber in the gasket. So then when you put them on the lid, it sinks down in and seals your lid really nicely. And then I've got my jars all on my cookie sheet. I'm going to take out my roasting pan full of tomatoes, put them on stovetop, and the jars will go into the oven. I'll reset the temperature to 225 to sterilize my jars. And in 10 minutes time, we'll put the tomatoes into the jar. But all these things have to get sterilized first. So I'll be back in a second. I like to lightly blitz them because they've still got some whole shape to them yet. So we'll just blitz them. I'll come back when they're... All right, one final taste test to see about the salt and the sugar. No, I think it's just about perfect. So now we just got to wait for everything to heat up, sterilize, and then we can put it into jars. I was chopping carrots for soup, and guess who showed up? My carrot thief. Now he'll go and lay on the mat to chew it all up. I don't know what the mat is so special about, but that's what he does. While I'm waiting for things to sterilize, I've got a few minutes. So what do you use a can of tomatoes from the store for? Maybe for chili? Do you add a can of it into maybe soups? What do you do? Stews? I love it in a thing of Hamburg stew. So I've got, I think it's 8 pints in the oven. I'm hoping that's how much that'll fit. then that's all I've got sterilizing anyways. I'm estimating that that'll be 8 pints or less. I put it on my burner and I'm letting it heat up. I'm going to kind of continue to keep it hot and thicken for the next few minutes. And if it goes into the hot jars and it's already hot, it'll seal right away for me. So put in the comments what you use a can of diced tomatoes for that you would buy from the store. It's canning time. Let's get these jars out and get them filled up. Okay, put my funnel on. I like to put a bit of juice or tomatoes in. Put my 1 teaspoon of lemon juice and then finish filling my jar. That way it gets mixed up nicely. Put on my ring. And there we go. On to the next jar. Let's see how many we... Well, I perfectly timed that out. There's 8 pints, and this is all that I have left over is in a cereal bowl. So that's not too bad. I actually, if I would have had a little 1 cupper heated, and I still could get a 1 cup jar out and reheat that sauce up, and then I could still can the 1 cup. It would be good for pizzas or whatever. 8 nice pints of stewed tomatoes. That's not too bad. It's more than I had yesterday, and it hopefully encourages you to just grab a nice handful of tomatoes and roast them up, throw some salt and sugar on them, put them in jars, and put them in your basement for winter. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye. Blessings to you and your family.